as they win a throw deep into Scotland territory. Sylvain Widmer, the fullback, takes it right back to the halfway line where Cher is waiting. And there's another 1-2 between the two players. The Newcastle centre-half Cher, tall and slender, has the ball back again. Rolls it all the way back to the long-haired Sommer, the goalkeeper. He clips it towards the right-back position, touched on neatly by Cher for Freuler. And then Xherdan Shaqiri pirouettes and spins away on the halfway line. Seventh major tournament now for Shaqiri as McGinn goes in with what looked like a firm but fair challenge. It was certainly robust on Cher. Referee thought not. Free kick to the Swiss, taken quickly up the middle. Too much on it for Vargas, through to Gunn 0-0.
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent challenge from John Fair. Was options going up to top, better quality from back to front as well. Going into Adams, he can actually keep hold of it or go and win that aerial duel.
Chris and I have been in Cologne today, along with 60,000 Scotland fans. Many gathering near the famous cathedral and really enjoying themselves. Lots of kilts and replica shirts on show, and lots of selfies for Chris, of course. Here is Rodriguez for Switzerland, bursting into the Scotland half. A lot of experience in this Swiss team throughout. Xhaka, who's had such a brilliant season, of course, at Bayer Leverkusen. And now Manuel Akanji of Manchester City. Square ball to the right-hand side, and Cher. Hot night in Cologne. As Scotland win it back. McTominay up the middle, only Adams forward of him. And the ball angled towards Adams, who was lurking in and around the edge of the D. Didn't quite reach him. Good interception on the slide from the retreating Rodriguez. And it's back to the Swiss goalkeeper Sommer. Under the bright blue skies, it's still Scotland 0, Switzerland 0.
Well, that was excellent. Now setting little traps. John McGinn finds Scott McTominay. He's driving at the heart of the defence there. Akanji comes out and leaves a sore challenge on him there.
Good ball, Arbisher, and Scotland are exposed on their left here. Sylvain Widmer racing into the penalty area. The touch is heavy. There was a shove in the back of Hanley anyway. The ball is going to go behind. It's a missed opportunity for the Swiss. Widmer had acres and acres of space to dart into, but the right wing back's touch was a really poor one, and Hanley was able to see it behind for a goal kick to Scotland. But that is a warning for Steve Clarke and co.
Yeah, a lot of space down that right-hand side. You know, Grant Hanley got into the space and covered well, but very surprised Widmer tried to run Grant Hanley as well, one of the fastest in the squad, isn't he? Done well, just got his body between ball and man there and just waited for that contact. Widmer's hand on the back and went to ground, and like I say, it is a goal kick.
And usually Tierney is going to take the goal kick here, so Gunn is going to stand square of Tierney. He's going to hammer this downfield, is he, or is he going to play it square to Gunn? No, Tierney's going to clear downfield left-footed. Is there any sort of issue with his kicking for Gunn, maybe? As Adams is penalised for a foul on Rodriguez, and that's a free kick now to Switzerland, just shy of the lip of the centre circle. We're in the 10th minute, 0-0 the score. Scotland tonight, and then England tomorrow against Denmark in Frankfurt, 5 o'clock, live on TalkSport. Before that, Slovenia against Serbia on TalkSport 2, also in England's group. After that, what a game, Spain against Italy. Again, that is live on TalkSport. Make sure you've got our app. You can download it and swipe between both stations as and when you need to. Hendry for Scotland as they play the ball out of the defensive third. It's a risky ball by Gilmore, out towards the wing-back Ralston, overhit and out of play for a Switzerland throw.
Well, I think Ralston has to be doing better there. You know, Jack Henry and Billy Gilmore, just inviting the Swiss onto them, but then can play through. You know, Ralston has to drop off as soon as he's done his job. He stands still. You know, you've got to be alive. You've got to be an option. You've got to anticipate where the ball's going to be going.
Big cheer, ironic cheer from the Scotland fans as Vargas did a couple of step-overs, but forgot to take the ball with him. And out of play it goes. You'll take it, and they'll take it. Next to us, we've got thousands of Scotland fans all around, even the commentary position here. It does feel like a home game almost for Scotland tonight, despite decent Swiss numbers too. The ball's on the halfway line, and Switzerland have got it back.
Every time that ball goes up, Scott McTominay is winning every single aerial duel. I've got Che Adams in behind. It just needs to stick. You know, he's took the first touch, has to be better. Allow Scotland to get up the pitch, and then he can bring players in. He's trying to release the ball far too quickly. Che Adams.
That's the voice of Chris Iwelumo, former Scotland striker who's played on this ground before when he had a spell in Germany early in his playing career. Sharing possession for Switzerland midway inside his own half. He's the right of the three centre-halves. Shaqiri dropping deep. Stocky Shaqiri to pop it back to Manuel Akanji. Scotland playing 20 yards higher up the pitch than they did in the opening game, but it was 11 men behind the ball, and Germany carved them open time and time again. Long downfield by Cher, up the inside right channel for Switzerland, who are having a good spell in possession. Hendry gets in front of Arbisher, and then needlessly concedes a corner. Overhit back pass straight out of play. He should have knocked it out for a throw, Chris.
Yeah,
Surely.
well, should have just given the ball to Angus Gunn. Feet, I don't understand why he's got to put any pace on it. He's done his job very well. Got his body between ball and man, but then it's a blind pass. The ball's still bouncing. Just get the ball under control before releasing it. And it's a couple of times now that it's an unforced error.
A lot of height in this Switzerland team. And this is a dangerous position for Shaqiri, right in front of the Scotland fans. Packed behind the goal, they're on their feet. It's 0-0. Shaqiri, one arm up into the air. Takes the corner short toward the corner of the penalty area. It's laid square to Freuler. Freuler back up wide to Shaqiri again. Reverse ball, left-footed. It's a good one. Good header away by McTominay for Scotland. Clears the penalty area. Nodded further away by Robertson. Gilmore chests it down. The counter could be on here. Robertson searching over the halfway line. He's got Callum McGregor to his left. Robertson goes alone to the edge of the box. Now left to McGregor. Can he put it back? He does. McTominay first time shot. It's in. It's deflected in. Scotland lead. Listen.
Scotland!
Tartan Army pride, Tartan Army passion, and maybe tonight, Scotland redemption. McTominay left-footed from just inside the penalty area. Got a big deflection off Fabian Schär. But do Scotland care? Not a jot. It's Scotland who have the lead. Scotland 1, Switzerland 0. And that roar will be heard all the way from Cologne to Clyde and back.
It's an excellent goal, isn't it? You're looking at it from excellent defensive header. Andy Robertson starts it and basically finishes it, doesn't he? He's driving at the defence, goes out to Callum McGregor, he keeps it alive, and he just puts it back into the space for McTominay. And what does he do? Arrive at the box at the right time, and just the connection is it's a good connection, out on target, and just takes a nick away from Jan Sommer. You know what? I'll take it all day. Thoroughly on top, deserve it. Much better start.
It's been given as an own goal from Schär. Not too surprised at that. It took a big deflection, that effort from McTominay, right in front of the goalkeeper. It looked like it might have been on target, but it's been awarded as a Schär own goal, and Scotland have the lead. That feels really unfair on Scott McTominay, I have to say. And I wonder whether they'll look at that again, possibly, Chris.
Well, they have to, don't they? Even though there wasn't a lot of pace in the shot.
It's on
target, isn't it? It's going in if there's no one there. So, yeah, they'll definitely have another look at that. But, yeah, it's an excellent start. And I'm talking about going, winning your second balls, being alive, anticipating it on the front foot. Excellent work there from Andy Robertson, just driving at the heart of the defence here and then releasing it to Callum McGregor at the right time.
First attempt of the game, and Scotland lead by a goal to 0. Live on TalkSport on a night where they have to get surely at least a point. Scotland are leading the Swiss with just under 15 minutes gone. Shabana Hearn, our Scotland reporter, is right in front of the Tartan Army end of the ground. What about the noise when that went in, Siobhan?
Oh, guys, somebody get me something strong. That was unbelievable. The Tartan Army gathering up on the fences behind us here, standing up in the railings, sinking that all in. That was pretty special. More of that when it came from, please.
Tierney's just needlessly conceded a corner, but the Scotland fans are still on the ceiling here, Chris, and so are you.
Yeah, they are. I've got to say, Kieran Tierney there, I think he's got to do better when he's passing it back to. He's under a little bit of pressure. There's no contact to him at all. There's a little clip of the heel after he's made a terrible pass. It's not a free kick. He has to do better.
McTominay's shot in off Schär to give Scotland the lead, but it's Shaqiri's corner, headed away by McTominay. Up to the edge of the penalty area, Rodriguez on the volley, hits it wide. It was a bouncing effort. Gunn, I think, had it covered, and the Scotland fans, big ironic cheers as that flies wide of goal. 1-0 Scotland lead.
What's a difficult one for Rodriguez to come on to take there. The technique was excellent, but the ball just wouldn't come down. He just tried to kind of lace it through. There was not a lot of pace on the ball. I think Angus Gunn would have been comfortable if it was on target. But like you say, that it's a threat, and unforced again. Do not give away silly corners.
No Scotland, no party. They've brought the colour and the excitement to Euro 2024 off the field.
The all-new GoDaddy Aero helps you get your business online in minutes with the power of AI. With the perfect name.
That would be the case, and so it's proven so far. In the
Scotland.
17th minute, they lead 1-0. Tierney gets across in front of Ndoye, and it's a roll back pass by Hanley to Gunn. Just gesturing to Gunn to calm things down there, Hanley, and that's exactly the sort of leadership that Scotland need.
Well, I'm just looking down now. Steve Clark's having a word with Che Adams. You know, Anthony Ralston, in fairness to him, he's won every aerial duel as well. But Che Adams coming to do the same job. You know, if he's having joy there, then that's what it is. You make sure that you're gambling off the back of Ralston, winning that header every single time.
Yes, you wait for confirmation. Have given it as a share-own goal, almost unbelievably. I don't know whether that would have been the case in the Premier League, for example, but Scott McTominay certainly played his part with the shot. Switzerland have worked the ball wide to the left-wing position, near side. Still a long way to go in the game. Vargas has got Ralston backing off him. Vargas delivers, and it takes a deflection and spirals into the side netting. Very tight angle. Switzerland have their third corner of the game. Scotland have dealt with the first two well, though, Chris.
Yeah, Anthony Ralston done very, very well there. Vargas is coming to him. A little bit of trickery, moves the ball, and he makes a timely challenge inside the box. Just get a little bit tighter, try and keep him out. Inside the box, force him down the line.
Here it comes from Vargas. It'll be right-footed and in-swing into the 6-yard box, headed away. Only as far as Freuler on the edge of the penalty area. And now the referee stopped the game. Two players went down. Clash of heads. A share. And I think Ralston at the near post. And now here come the two physios onto the field to try and sort things out. And the game has certainly been stopped. And in fact, it's Grant Hanley who has gone down with Cher, and Scotland and Switzerland will get the physios onto the pitch. It's 1-0 to the Scots. Wow, Chris Iwelumo, what have you made of the first 18 minutes?
Yeah, it's been outstanding, isn't it? Intense there. Now I'm looking at that. It's Ralston that he's came up at Jack Henry's head of the ball. There's a coming together, and Ralston's came down on his back as well as taking a bit of a head collision there as well. But you can see that's just knocked all the wind out of him there. But he needs to gather himself and get up. He started well. He needs to keep it up.
Yes, it was Ralston, my first guess. And he's sitting up now, and so too is Fabian Schär. Scotland fans have been dancing in the build-up. They're dancing in the stands. And maybe they'll be dancing in Cologne, in the city centre, at the end of the game with Chris Iwelumo. And Shaban Ahern is right behind the goal where that incident happened. You're only a couple of feet away. Shaban looked like a nasty collision, but Anthony Ralston, is he okay?
Yeah, McTominay going up for another header. Him, Ralston and Fabian Schär, all kind of a clash of heads. Both of them ended up on top of each other, Ralston and Fabian Schär. As you can see, Fabian Schär now got tissue paper in his nose. Ralston's had a sip of water, a wee look at from the physios, and he's back up and on his way. So all looks good here.
Thanks, Shaban. Right behind Shaban are tens of thousands of jubilant Scots and dozens of saltires, blue and white. They've travelled from all around the country here to Germany. And Scotland leads Switzerland by 1-0. And by the way, Scotland's top scorer in the history of the European Championships for them, own goal. That's 2 own goals now in Scotland's history at the European Championships, if you include the one by Schär tonight. And behind that, a succession of players, 5 in all, who've each got 1. Scotland don't care how it's gone in. Here is Xhaka on the halfway line. Both teams temporarily down to 10 after that clash between Schär and Ralston, and they're just waiting to come back on. Scotland having to defend here inside their own half of the field. Switzerland have possession with Xhaka, who streaks out to the near side of the left and finds Vargas. Vargas back in field to Arbisher. Little triangular pass involving those two and Xhaka. Now it's back towards the halfway line where Akanji is waiting. And Scotland set up with everybody behind the ball as both Ralston and Schär come back onto the field. Big cheer from the Scotland fans away to our left.
So that was excellent from Scotland without the ball there. You had Che Adams go, John McGinn go, and then Billy Gilmour was even advanced because Freuler it got into that deep position to try and receive the ball off the defensive unit there, and that's the intelligence of Billy Gilmour. Where's the danger? Doesn't matter how advanced Freuler goes, he'll go all the way. Different class.
Here is Freuler, just over halfway, inside Scotland territory. 10-yard ball up to Shaqiri, then back out wide to Vidmer. Vidmer finds Shaqiri again, looking for the overlapping run of Vidmer. Vidmer's got to it down by the dead ball line, but sliding in there is Andy Robertson at the expense of another Swiss corner. And actually Switzerland, we're in the 22nd minute now, have responded well to going a goal down in the 13th.
Yeah, they have. You know, I think reacted well. I think keeping the ball a little bit more and getting a little bit of joy. But it's in that middle third, Joe. You know, I think the defensive unit of Scotland is compact and that's where they're getting a little bit of rhythm there. They showed some great pace, Andy Robertson all the way, and it was a very timely challenge, excellent challenge, but far too many corners getting given away at the minute.
Angus Gunn not tested yet. Shaqiri is in swinging delivery. Thumping header away by Hanley. High up into the bright evening sky. Then nodded back into the penalty area by Freuler. Hooked away by Andy Robertson downfield. And it actually was from a Swiss corner that Scotland counter-attacked, and ultimately that led to the goal that separates the two teams. Live on Talk Sport. Scotland's dreams of reaching the knockout stages of a major tournament for the very first time. It will all sit on what happens in the next couple of games. Freuler looked offside in the right wing position. McTominay had to come across. Flagger stayed down. Good composure by McTominay to find Gilmore. And then McTominay again steers it to the left back position, and Andy Robertson. Where was this Scotland on the opening night? And Robertson has darted up the left-hand side. He's beyond two in white. Eventually Akanji comes across, puts a stop to his run. The Scots are inspired here in Cologne, leading 1-0.
Yeah, they are. Excellent work from Andy Robertson there. I just think Callum McGregor, can he come inside? You know, he's standing, he's wanting the ball, but as soon as Robertson can't find you, then move out the way. You know, if anything, take the man away and allow that space for Robertson to go and drive towards.
The Swiss have got possession back again. All in white. Xhaka rolls the ball neatly back to Freuler, who slows the game down. Now Arbischer, who scored an excellent goal against Hungary in their opening group game. Remember, the Swiss beat Hungary 3-1. They were 2-0 up at half-time, were Switzerland. Very good first half indeed. Hungary's hopes look pretty much over after their second defeat in as many games to Germany earlier today, live on Talk Sport. Good way to pass down the inside right as Widmer tries to pull the ball back for Switzerland from the right-hand edge of the penalty area, but the flag is up anyway. Hanley was there to sweep it away, and so far, so good for the Tartan Army. They've protected Angus Gunn well, Chris.
No, they have. You know, I think a very high and, I've got to say, organised defensive line there. Andy Robertson's dropping all the way. He is offside. I just want, in that moment, you know, Grant Hanley, not just to put the foot through it, because he can just set it for Kieran Tierney. Be brave, be composed, don't give another corner or a throw-in the attacking third to Switzerland. That's when you're a little bit of communication. If it's coming from Angus Gunn, if it's coming from Tierney himself, just say, here, just set me. Let's keep possession. There's no one near you.
Well, it's not been perfect, but it's been much more like the Scotland that we saw, particularly in that early qualifying passage, where they were so good defensively as well. And they're desperate to try and restrict the Swiss tonight. Now McTominay's gone down, holding his head midway inside the Switzerland half. And for the second time in the game, the referee has stopped it. And I think the Scotland physios may be called on here. They're trying to help McTominay up to his feet. And still haven't run onto the pitch, the physios, just yet. Well, McTominay's gone down, holding his head, so really they should get the physios on. It's the referee's job to call them on, but he hasn't done it.
No? It's Fabian Schär. He's come through. It's a fantastic defensive header. You know, Scott McTominay's been getting a lot of joy winning those aerial duels, so I think Schär's just thought, not this one, and it's an excellent header from the defender.
If you're listening to us on TalkSport, make sure you go to talksport.com at the same time. We've got our live blog for every England and Scotland game. Every game at Euro 2024 is live across the network, including England against Denmark tomorrow night. Here is Schär, whose own goal has Scotland in front. Little 1-2 between Schär and Shaqiri, just shy of the halfway line. Schär has to turn, rolls the ball back to goalkeeper Sommer. Not seen much of Che Adams tonight for Scotland, but it doesn't really matter all that much so far. Rodriguez over halfway. Hair in a ponytail. He gives it away to Hanley. Poor pass. Owen Ralston with a dreadful back pass. Shaqiri says he's on it. Oh my goodness me! That is a finish of pure quality and class. An amazing strike by Shaqiri. Dreadful error from Anthony Ralston. He rolled it straight into his path. Shaqiri still had a lot to do. And my, how well he did it. Scotland's bubble has been burst here by a wonder strike from Shaqiri. But my, Ralston will hang his head. Scotland won, Switzerland won.
It's an excellent goal, isn't it? Yeah, he had a lot to do. Wow, I'm looking at it again. He's it's on his left. He just bends it into that top left-hand corner from a tight angle as well. It's a fantastic strike. Under no pressure whatsoever there, Scotland. Billy Gilmour kept possession. It goes to Ralston. He plays it back first time. I don't know who he was playing it to because it was behind Jack Henry, behind Grant Hanley. And Shaqiri was onto it like a flash. But what a finish that is. And Angus Gunn has no chance. That is right.
Oh.
Postage stamp, top left-hand corner.
Picture book from Shaqiri. Another exceptional goal at Euro 2024. First time left-footed, sent it bending into the top corner. And Switzerland, remember, if they were to win tonight, they'd go through to the knockouts. And their hopes of doing so are restored. They're back on level terms, and Scotland have given it away again. Straight from the kickoff. Vargas has got it in front of the Scotland dugout. Steve Clarke out to the edge of his technical area to applaud, trying to cajole Anthony Ralston, who really struggled last Friday night against Germany. And that was, even despite the finish from Shaqiri, a desperately poor back pass. He didn't look, did he, Chris?
No, he didn't look. It was a blind pass, and it didn't even have to go there. Just give it back to Gilmour, you know, give it to Jack Henry, and then make your angle again. But at the minute, the Swiss have reacted very well, and like I say, take a complete foothold in this game.
Scotland under real pressure now, all of a sudden. 1-1, 27.5 minutes into the first half. And Arbischer will take a throw for Switzerland, midway inside Scotland territory. Very experienced, this Switzerland team. In fact, it's their oldest ever starting 11 at a European Championships. 30 years, 119 days, the average age. Vargas approaches the corner of the penalty area, then lays it back up wide to Rodriguez. It's a great cross. It'll fall for Vidmar. Back post shoots. Rifles it over the top. Let off for Scotland.
Yeah, it's a big let off. I've got to say, at the back post there, you know, when he's got that space, Vidmar. I'm surprised he's not what Angus Gunn there. Got a lot of time. Just go back across goal. That's where all the blood
Scotland.
takes going back into the danger area. It's just a big let off. Far too much space at that back area.
Well, there was a lot of talk, wasn't there, Chris, before the game from a Switzerland perspective. Wide drop Dewar, who scored his first international goal on match day one, brought Shaqiri in. Shaqiri's been playing in the MLS with Chicago Fire, but he's got that tremendous experience, and he's always had such potent quality as he showed there.
Yeah, he was onto it like a flash, but then to finish it the way he did, it was outstanding. You know, I've seen that time and time again with him in a Stoke City shot. You know, he's a fantastic talent.
Fifth goal at a European Championship for Xherdan Shaqiri in just 10 appearances. Now then, Arbischer for Switzerland gives it back to Xhaka. There was a late challenge there by Adams. He caught Arbischer. That has the Swiss head coach Murat Yakin, a former player, arms outstretched on the near side touchline. Not happy with the challenge. It was a late challenge from Che Adams, who's had hardly anything to thrive off in the football that he's played across the tournament so far. Maybe there was a bit of frustration in that challenge, Chris.
Yeah, he's fortunate not to get a yellow card there. You know, I thought he got some sort of contact to the ball, but I've just seen it on the monitor.
Great ball into the area where Vargas is waiting to pull it back. It's blocked off as it aimed towards Ndoye. Good sliding intervention by Grant Hanley at the near post to turn it away. Switzerland the better side at the moment. 1-1 is the score. Ralston in the right wing-back position. And then he goes cross-field, right to left. That's a confidence-boosting ball from the Celtic man. Making only his 11th Scotland appearance tonight. Right to left to find Kieran Tierney, who's the left-sided centre-half. For the first time, really in the game tonight, the Scotland fans' enthusiasm has dampened a little bit. Robertson, the captain, in field, and back to Handley midway inside his own half. They dare not lose tonight. Remember Scotland, because even though they would still, even if they were to be beaten, potentially be able to qualify as one of the 4 best third-place teams, that would be unlikely given Scotland's goal difference and given that the maximum they'd be able to take would be 3 points. Anyway, that's all moot at the moment because it's 1-1. And Billy Gilmour trying to skip down the right. Tripped by Rodriguez. Yellow card. Foul on the halfway line.
Well, I've got to say it's excellent play. That's Ralston, Billy Gilmour, Che Adams all linking up there. I tell you what, he's lucky there. I've got to say, I thought Rodriguez had made more of a contact. It was just a slight touch on the calf, so I think unlucky to get a yellow card, in fairness.
Steve Clarke just having a quick word with Jack Hendry in front of the Scotland dugout, which is painted blue and white, the colours of the Saltire. Hendry rolls the ball forward and he'll take the free kick from the halfway line, Chris.
But it was right what Scotland were doing there. Yeah, they weren't really advancing, but that defensive unit were just keeping possession of the ball. Always had an option of Billy Gilmour and then Callum McGregor to bounce it off, and then all of a sudden, where was the space down this right-hand side? Che Adams does his job, Billy Gilmour's up there supporting. That's exactly what you want.
Free kick's hoisted high towards John McGinn. Looked like a shove in the back from Fabian Schär. Referee, if he did see it, wasn't interested at all. Xhaka rolls it back to goalkeeper Sommer for Switzerland, and now Akanji out to the right and Schär. Share forward ball, 20 yards, lovely flip by Shaqiri, facing his own goal into the path of his teammate Arbisher. And now one touch play from Ndoye to find Vargas, racing up to the edge of the penalty area, back out wide to Ndoye, angle tight, skips in field and shoots. Great save, Gunn. Best moment of the tournament so far for the Scotland goalkeeper after a delightful flowing Swiss move. Back to front, Ndoye thought he'd found the top corner, but Gunn denied it with a sprawling save.
Well, it's different class from Switzerland there, the link-up play between Ndoye and Vargas. Ndoye's just dropped in on his right, he's sold Jack Henry, and I've got to say it's an excellent save from Angus Gunn. He's just trying to find it, that back post area, just trying to bend it in, good, strong. Two hands to it as well from Angus Gunn, much better.
1-1, Scotland clinging on a little bit here. Switzerland's fifth corner of the opening half at the 33rd minute. Shaqiri in towards the near post, headed away, it was really fizzed in, knocked away by Gilmore, back in by Manuel Akanji, and Ndoye's beaten, gone to it, and it's in! But the flag is up on the far side of the field, and the Scotland fans will cheer. Ndoye took it round the goalkeeper, but the celebrations were very short-lived. He put it in the net, and VAR will check it.
Well, I never thought he was offside. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, he is. Oh, my goodness, it's close as well on the monitor.
Ooh.
But he is. Just a head and shoulders, isn't it? And I tell you what, Angus Gunn was in no man's land there. You know, you either got to come out, make sure you take the ball and everything else. But he was miles off it, wasn't he? It's nowhere near.
VAR still to confirm that he was definitely offside. It was very close against Dan Ndoye, but Scotland are going to restart play. No goal. It stays 1-1. On Eurogame Day Live on TalkSport, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager, 18+. Please drink responsibly. So Scotland fans can breathe a big sigh of relief. Started the game brilliantly, took the lead through the own goal from Cher. Oh, and then the back header from Switzerland towards Adams, only half away. It'll drop down to Gilmore on the edge of the D. No foul given by the referee. Did look like it might have been a foul on Gilmore. He's saying he had his shirt tucked.
I'm looking at it and I thought he was in good control. Granit Xhaka it is. You know what's it? Yes, it's a free kick. There's a little hand on the shoulder. He's made the most of it. In fairness, it would be a soft one. But like you say, I think he's in control of the ball there, Billy Gilmore.
Hanley for Scotland, midway inside his own half of the field. Back to Gunn. And he's going to clatter the ball high downfield. It's hoisted up towards McGinn, inside left channel. McGinn can't bring it under control. Not seen a lot of John McGinn even tonight, Chris, I have to say. What, 34 minutes into the game?
Well, he's pulling onto Fabian Schär there. It was an excellent ball from Angus Gunn. I just want him to stay on his feet, just try and hold him off. But you know what? Get the ball under control. He's trying to lean in. Fabian Schär's too good for that. He steps away from when he's fallen his backside there. So just try and be strong, but keep control of the ball there, John McGinn.
Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Switzerland have dominated possession since the Scotland goal. 70% of the ball for the team in white. Usually all in white tonight, Switzerland. Here is McGinn on the halfway line. Scotland playing from left to right. McTominay's poked it out to the far side of the left, but he can't find Andy Robertson. And you can see the tournament experience starting to come to the fore for Switzerland after actually quite a sluggish start from them, you have to say.
Yeah, it was. You know, and then all of a sudden they've reacted well, controlling the game with the ball. You know, patient with it. They're not forcing the issue. You know, they have that identity, don't they? But they've always got options going forward. They're linking up very, very well. Scotland have to be very, very concentrated with and without the ball. But you know, I think Scotland forced the issue there and gave the ball away. Scott McTominay and John McGinn. You don't have to go forward. Give it back to Callum McGregor. He's in loads of space. Can he drive himself into that space in front of him and commit a Swiss player, and then that creates space for others?
Well, all things considered, it's been much improved from Scotland. They've been more than competitive tonight. Brilliant finish from Shaqiri for the equaliser, but what a mistake by Ralston in the build-up. Here is Ralston, 10 yards into the Switzerland half, hugging the near side right touchline. He backpedals and falls over as he steers the ball square and infield into the feet of Gilmore. Gilmore's little touch, he's been a steadying influence, Gilmore. Scotland look to have a much better overall shape and balance with him in the team. McTominay is being allowed to get a little further forward, and McTominay rolls the ball back to the halfway line where Tierney's waiting. Now McGregor, centre circle. T-shirt weather in Cologne. We had storms here last night as Callum McGregor nearly gives the ball away on the halfway line. Arbisher looks up, thinks he's fouled. In fact, Shaqiri it is, but the referee just shakes his head. Scotland keep possession. And I wonder for Scotland, is it about building blocks and getting to half-time at 1-1, particularly given how they began the tournament? 8.5 minutes of normal time remaining in the first half, and it's 1-1. Adams has slipped, but he's regained it back off Rodriguez. Lays it square to Scott McTominay. McTominay treads on the ball, on the edge of the D, but nonetheless the referee's pulled it back for an earlier foul on Adams, and it's a Scotland free kick, right of centre, way right of centre in fairness, and about 30 or so, 35 yards out, too far away I think for a shot, but it will allow them to get the centre half forward. Big Chris Iwelumo alongside him.
Yeah, exactly. It's much better from Che Adams there. You know, I think he's went and made a nothing ball something, got possession of Rodriguez, and to be fair, I thought it was very fortunate that the referee gave us something there, but it was a strong challenge from Rodriguez as well. He's already on a yellow card as well. Came in very late on Che Adams after he released the ball to McTominay. But this is an opportunity, like you say, John. You know, we've got good, aggressive players that can go and win those aerial duels. Just put it right on the money.
Tierney, Hendry, Hanley, Gilmore, McGinn, Adams all forward here. Scott McTominay standing over it. Scott McTominay to dink it in. Headed up to the far post. Hanley back across goal. Gathered by Zoma. There was a foul on Bidmer. Free kick to Switzerland. Stays 1-1.
Yeah, Grant Hanley, there's no reason for him to put the hands on Bidmer there. I think Jack Henry's put it to the back post. Just be confident in your own ability. You know, if it's going to be an aerial duel, my money's on Grant Hanley there. So
fantastic. Scotland have won it back up the pitch. Gilmore quickly squares, shuffles it infield to McGregor. They have slowed the momentum a bit with that McGregor ball out to the left, and Robertson has to go back to the halfway line where Hanley's waiting. And it's given away by Gilmore. Just a couple of cheap giveaways every now and then, almost inexplicable from Scotland's perspective. That was really what led to the Switzerland equaliser. Finished in some style by Xherdan Shaqiri. Packed tonight at the Cologne Stadium, 47,000. I think the majority of Scotland fans. As Switzerland needlessly concede a throw of their own. Jack has knocked it out of play. Scotland throw, level with the edge of the 18-yard box, far side their left.
Well, it's brilliant from Scotland. You know, just a patient build-up, allowing that defensive line to get up, and then it makes it difficult for Switzerland when they're in possession. And Scotland are in the right position to go and have that high press and forcing the issue of regaining possession. That's what it's all about.
Hoisted down the inside right channel by Hendry, chested down neatly by Adams. Back to goal, the Southampton man. Lays it off to Anthony Ralston on the underlap. He's over, hit the cross by some margin, but it's fortunately dropped to Robertson down by the opposite corner flag, the far side, the left. Back infield to Tierney. Scotland still on the attack. 1-1 on TalkSport in the 40th minute here. Good possession for Scotland. The Swiss with all 10 in white back behind the ball. Now possession's taken up by McGregor. Out to the left-hand side, Tierney. Further wide, Robertson hugging the touchline. Back infield to Scott McTominay. They've got to move the ball a little quicker here, Scotland, in this sort of position, I think. Hendry to the near side, and Ralston, who's backing off, and has to roll the ball over the halfway line back into Scotland territory again.
Yeah, but you're right. They have to move the ball quicker. Scott McTominay's dropping behind the midfield line to regain the ball. Get yourself in the box. Andy Robertson, Kieran Tierney down that left-hand side at that moment there. So, you know, they want a target in the box to hit.
Tierney, left of centre, drives the high ball downfield. It could be excellent, this for Robertson. It's bouncing on the edge of the penalty area. Akanji has to nod it behind. What a ball out of defence. Travelled 60, 70 yards, that pass. 1-1.
Yeah, it was excellent from Andy Robertson. You've seen him go, you know, just over the halfway line. Fantastic ball from Tierney, racing behind him. Like you say, you know, Akanji came, seen the danger, had to do his job defensively there. It was excellent defending.
Tierney and Adams lurking. In fact, Gilmore's got in front of the goalkeeper. McTominay will deliver in swinging, right-footed to the back post. Adams is there, tried to turn it in on the volley, gathered by the goalkeeper. Adams' arms outstretched, is appealing for something. Rodriguez was the player back with him, and Arbisher lurking as well. The Swiss have got it away, and the chance is gone for Scotland, and now they have to defend as Freuler travels over halfway. He's carried the ball up towards the corner of the Scotland penalty area. Vidmer delivers, good cross, just over the head of Ndoye. Will be brought down by Ralston, right on his own dead ball line, and Ralston, with the aid of a deflection, clears upfield. No foul, Arbisher on Adams. Referees said play on again. Now they've switched it to the left of Swiss and Shaqiri. Back out wide is Ndoye. Ndoye Meandering into the penalty area, then shaping to cut in field. This is a dangerous moment, and the shot-driven goal is by Xhaka, punched away by the diving Gunn. It's come back out wide to the far side. Fabian Schär crosses. There was an attempt at a bicycle kick in there from one of the Swiss players. I think it was Vargas, but he didn't make contact. And now the ball is back out on the Swiss left to Scotland right. Billy Gilmore makes a robust challenge. Switzerland throw. Very close to the Scotland dugout. It's still 1-1.
Well, I need more from Ralston. You know, Ndoye is out in this left flank, and he's just backing. He's backing. He's about 10 yards away from it in the 18-yard box, allowing them to advance.
And Ndoye is advancing now. One-on-one with Hendry, who's backing off. Ndoye, quick feet into the area, threw himself to ground, looking for a penalty. No way. Cleared away by Scotland.
Isn't it a yellow card then? No, I don't understand it. There's no way. He's trying to run into the player. He's looking for it. The referee's perfectly positioned.
And Vargas looked offside down the left. He is. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Let's go back to our Scotland reporter, Shabana Hain, who's watching just behind Angus Gunn's right-hand post at the moment. Perfect view for Shaban. What's it like behind the goal at the Tartan Army end?
Well, I can say it's heart and mouth stuff just behind the goal when the Swiss are in the final third and in the box here. I can say that this is a better performance from Friday. Almost feels like night and day. Good to see some of the key players like McTominay and Robertson step up too. Tartan Army still pumped. Hopefully we can get another goal, guys.
Well, fingers crossed for Scotland. It's still 1-1. The draw would be okay for Scotland. It would keep them in realistic contention of qualifying, as Dan Ndoye has beaten two defenders to it inside the centre circle, but as he tried to plot it beyond Hanley, he way overhit it, and it's gone all the way through to Angus Gunn. You're with Euro Game Day live on TalkSport, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now. Here's Chris O'Elliman.
So strong, Ndoye, isn't he, with the ball? He just brushed off Kieran Tierney with the challenge, and then Grant Hanley as well, as aggressive as he is. Again, he got round him, but then the ball was too advanced, straight into Gunn there. A little bit of a let-off, but it just shows you the physicality of Ndoye.
You always appreciate the physical battle, Chris.
Love it.
That's what it's all about. But in fairness, it's been more than that from Scotland tonight. There's been a guile about their play that just wasn't. I mean, they could look like they could barely complete a pass in the first half against Germany.
No, it's been much better all round. You know, I think like the second balls as well, aerial duels winning. But again, there's been some fantastic passages of play from Scotland as well. You know, I think Callum McGregor and Billy Gilmore seeing a lot of the ball, always there to receive it off that defensive unit, which is a must. It's a must. If you want to get up and play, you want to try and play through the thirds. They are so important.
Here is Robertson. Left wing back position for Scotland. Infield it goes to Tierney. We're into the last 30 seconds of normal time at the end of the first half. Live on TalkSport with more Euro 2024 commentaries coming tomorrow, including Denmark against England at 5 o'clock, followed by Spain against Italy. Both those live on TalkSport. Chris and I will be watching Netherlands against France on Friday with Emmanuel Petit, the French international legend, part of our commentary team. High ball downfield by Gunn, easily cleared by Schär, and he gets the cushion header back from Akanji and rolls it back to the feet of Sommer. 3 added minutes at the end of the first half here in Cologne. And the skies are darkening a little overhead. The floodlights becoming more prominent now. Hendry in a battle on the near side with Vargas. Big drop to the near side touchline where we are. And got a good view of that. Clear shove in the back from Vargas on Hendry. And overall, you have to say Scotland must be happy with this first half, Chris, on balance.
Well, they've reacted, you know, to the equalising goal as well. They've got the ball down, they've advanced, playing some nice football as well. A threat down both flanks. I've got to say Andy Robertson down that left-hand side, and it's Che Adams, and Ralston's doing his job as well. I just want him to be a little bit more aggressive, but I guess if Andy Robertson is advanced, then he's got to be half and half Ralston and have that defensive responsibility as well.
Hendry's going to pump the free kick high towards the edge of the penalty area, flicked on by McGinn, but it's cleverly brought down by Vidmer, who then sends a high ball flying over halfway, and Ndoye and Tierney tussling. And Ndoye looks to the referee, who I think has refereed the game very well so far, Ivan Krujliak of Slovakia, and he lets play continue again. Sensible. Robertson on the halfway line, they were both at it. Over a minute of the 3 added has been played here. Scotland just Don't want any silly mistakes before the end of the half. Ralston, who has made one tonight to gift Switzerland an equaliser. When I say gift, Shaqiri finished it in the most remarkable fashion. But he has been fouled after drifting infield, and Scotland take the free kick quickly out to their left. 1-1. Now Tierney, walking pace here, and I think it's almost as though both sides are content with holding on to what they have at the end of the first half, Chris. They're both just sitting off each other now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I think that front five of Switzerland, they don't just go on ones and twos, they go together. But when they have went, Scotland have been able to play through them.
High ball over the top from Tierney again, that inside left channel. They're looking to Robertson every single time. Robertson really bombing on. And that is an outlet for Scotland. Most of their attacks have come down the left side. As Sommer kicks the goalkeeper, slices the ball out of play. Not had anything to do but pick the ball out the back of his net. Sommer to an incredible Scotland cheer. 30 seconds of first half added time to go. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Hadley now. Long diagonal ball, angled out towards the near side, way over hit. Nowhere near finding Ralston. Referee's had a quick look at his watch. Still about 20 seconds left. I make it in our commentary position here, live inside the stadium in Western Germany. Another look at the watch for referee Kruzliak, and Switzerland are hardly in a rush to take this throw. Will be taken eventually by Ricardo Rodriguez, the number 13, who's on a yellow card. And that is the end of a dramatic first half. Well, the Scots have brought the atmosphere again, from Flower of Scotland before the game to the most almighty roar when after 13 minutes they took the lead. Scott McTominay's effort looked goal-bound, turned into his own net by Fabian Schär for what has been given as an own goal. The Tartan Army were really dreaming at that point, but after 26 minutes, Switzerland were level. A bad back pass from Anthony Ralston, seized upon by Xherdan Shaqiri in fabulous style to whip it beyond gun into the top corner. Shaqiri, the only player to score at all of the last 3 European Championships and at the last 3 World Cups as well. Remarkable record that he has. Gunn has made a good save to deny Switzerland's Dan and Doy. A little bit of nervousness for the Tartan Army now, but at least they are still very much in contention. At the break, Scotland 1, Switzerland 1.
And you can tell those Scotland fans who had, believe me, drinks flying in the air. We almost got absolutely drenched here when that goal went in. Have started to go the other way slightly. You sense a little bit of nervousness, a little bit of tension, albeit Scotland have been very solid in that first half, much improved from their opening game. And as it stands, we called it a must not lose, have the point that they need that gives them a huge chance of qualification if, big if, they can beat Hungary in their final game. Hungary have been beaten, of course, in their opening 2 matches after the Germans went through with victory against them a little bit earlier on today. You must be impressed, Chris Iwelumo, with how Scotland have performed in that first 45 minutes.
Yeah, it has been a massive improvement, hasn't it, all over the pitch as a collective as well. You're looking at the way that Billy Gilman and Callum McGregor are seeing so much more of the ball, but using it well. And to be fair, Ralston, until he made that error, poor pass. I don't know why. He's played it blindly in behind Jack Henry and Grant Hanley. But again, yeah, all over the pitch, great energy, getting into the attacking area as well, winning the aerial duels, second balls. Steve Clarke will be happy. I think he'll touch on it, but he was out straight away. Turned to Ralston, clapping his hands, making sure that he switched on. He's got to go again, and he has got back into the game.
Said the first goal was going to be all important. It was that solidity at the back that gave Scotland the chance to counter from a set piece. Scott McTominay bought a ticket to the raffle and he won. His shot was on target. It looked like it was going to be comfortably saved, but that toe end from Newcastle's Fabian Schär toe-ended the ball into the roof of his own net, sent the Tartan Army into absolute raptures. But at that stage, it was exactly the game plan that Scotland would have wanted, and it was working perfectly.
Yeah, it was. I think I can't say that Switzerland overcommitted. It was from a corner. Andy Robertson started it. McTominay released him, and then Andy Robertson was flying through, driving through the centre, at the centre of defence. The little release to Callum McGregor. I'm sitting thinking, look, just open the goal up and try and go for yourself. He had the awareness just to find Scott McTominay and arriving at the box at the right time, as he's done so many times for Scotland. The connection wasn't great, but it was enough to for Cher to get that contact and put it in the back of the net. And like you say, this place absolutely
Incredible.
erupted as well. But it's one of them, you have to make sure they react from that. Switzerland did. They controlled the game with the ball. They forced the issue. Got a little bit nervous defensively, giving far too many corners away just from unforced errors. You know, so you're writing Switzerland on and on and on, and the goal came at a disappointing time, but what a goal.
13 minutes after Scotland had gone ahead, it was an excellent response in the intervening minutes, I think, from Switzerland. It culminated with a goal which, to be honest, as you mentioned, Anthony Ralston's back pass, essentially they handed it to Xherdan Shaqiri, but to be honest, he has taken it in such exquisite style, returning to the team, playing in his 6th major tournament, the first player to do that for Switzerland. He is now the only player to score at all of the last 3 European Championships and the last 3 World Cups as well. But he took that so far with such style. Angus Gunn had absolutely no chance, posted stamped into the top corner.
Well, the ball was advanced of the front post, and he's actually still been outside the goal for it to come in right at the top left-hand corner. Angus Gunn was at full stretch, nowhere near it. And to do that first time on the move as well, Shaqiri, it was magical, it was. It broke my heart.
Yeah.
It was an outstanding finish, but I agree, best goal of the tournament so far.
Absolutely fantastic, albeit, of course, Scotland will be disappointed with the way they lost possession and kind of almost panicked under a little bit of pressure when they really could have just let the ball go out of play or just knocked it down the line, decided Ralston to force the pass back to absolutely nobody, and Scotland were punished, which is, I guess, underlines the margins of a competition like this. But I still think maybe Scotland will be the happier of the two sides, because you saw in the last 10 minutes there, they started to grow in terms of possession, controlling the tempo of the game in the right areas in Switzerland's defensive third and defensive half. There is so much for Steve Clarke right now down there in that change room to praise his players for and to build on in the second 45 minutes.
Well, that's the conversation that he's going to have. You know, keep the standard the exact same as what it is. You know, defensively be sound, be a little bit more composed in those defensive areas. But then when you get into that's when you become free. You know, I think deliveries into the box are what you see more. I think Anthony Ralston, even Robertson can put more in. You've got players in there that can go and put the hand on the end of it. So it's so important. But like you say, it's just about not conceding, and you never know, one magical moment in the second half to get that opportunity to put the ball in the back of the net. From a corner, free kick, whatever it may be, we've got those players that can go and win those aerial duels.
Couple of threats at both ends. Che Adams from a set piece. Little half volley into the side netting was a half chance for me, and a really good save for Angus Gunn, who is growing into the tournament as well in this game here in front of us in Cologne. An excellent save he made, diving to his left-hand side to push the ball past the post. It is a very even game here in Cologne. 51% possession for the Swiss. They've had 6 shots, 3 on target. Obviously 49% possession for Scotland. 3 shots, 1 on target. That was the one that brought their goal. Okay, let's take a look at the halftime highlights with Carling.
Half-time highlights on TalkSport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Can he put it back? He does. McTominay first time shot. It's in. It's deflected in. Scotland lead. Tartan Army pride. Tartan Army passion. And maybe tonight, Scotland redemption. And that roar will be heard all the way from Cologne to Clyde and back. Owen Ralston with a dreadful back pass. Shaqiri says he's on it. Oh my goodness me. That is a finish of pure quality and class. Scotland's bubble has been burst here by a wonder strike from Shaqiri.
Those were your halftime highlights, thanks to Carlin. It's 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Half-time highlights on TalkSport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
You're listening to Euro Game Day live on TalkSport, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now. Scotland have done half the job here tonight. It was must not lose. They are 45 minutes away from a very important result. At the break, it is Scotland 1, Switzerland 1.
Euro Game Day live on TalkSport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
This tournament, prepare for greatness with William Hill. Get ready for last-minute winners, legendary goals, and straight red cards. Oh, what was he thinking? Win 50% more on every England game this tournament with Bet Builder Extra, online or in the app. Only from William Hill. Available day before match to kick-off. Bet Builders and 3+ selections at 3-1 or more. Pre-match singles, match stake £20. Full T's and C's apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Let's go live to hear about that winning goal.
The crowd's gone absolutely wild here. How on earth do you sum up your emotions right now?
Amazing. A hat-trick is just the best feeling ever.
Is it though? Is kicking a ball into the back of the net really better than food fulfillment from Burger King? That warm, fuzzy feeling of total food satisfaction, like finishing the last bite of a Gourmet King's barbecue steakhouse Angus.
No.
Correct. Burger King. That's food fulfillment.
It's the event we've all been waiting for. The 30-metre vacuum is on. He's really ramping up the power. Straight around the first corner, overtaking Pepper. Oh, no! He's hit a hurdle. It must be a coin. Great recovery. And now he's on the home straight. This could be a personal best. And he's done it. Incredible scenes. He really has cleaned up.
British Gas, powering home fans during this summer of sport.
You could skydive out of a plane or swim with sharks. You might even skinny dip in icy cold waters. Or you could get that inexpressible high, that guaranteed rush from finding just the thing you wanted, the thing you needed, at a great sale price. IKEA Summer Sale, now on. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Booking geniuses, save your summer. Get a wiggle on and book yourself a bargain with On the Beach. Big budget or small, we've got a mega holiday for all. Should have been a rapper. On the Beach, book like a genius, holiday like a fool.
ATO protected.
Well, you can see why people are talking about Asda, can't you?
Of course, on paper, Asda have a great lineup with 2 for £7 on Coke 8 packs. Then there's pizza price drops, including the talented spicy chicken fajita flavour and classic 4 cheese deep dish, worth £3 each, now £2 each.
And don't forget the dependable garlic flatbread was £1.80, now £1.50. What a lineup!
Get match ready at Asda this summer. Asda, that's more like it. Selected stores online subject to availability. Coke 330ml, £4.25 each. Pizzas and flatbread end 17th of July. May exclude express and small stores. See asda.com/small stores.
This Euros, The Sun is bringing you all the gossip, goals and giants of the game. Get insights and analysis from Harry, should have been England manager, Redknapp, Jack, the maestro, Wilshere, Gordon, no nonsense, Strachan, and Jurgen, the winner, Klinsmann. You won't want to miss it. Don't miss out, only in The Sun.
Euro Game Day Live, delivered by TalkSport with Burger King. What's better than a last-minute winner? A crispy chicken royale delivered straight to your door. On 1089 and 1053 medium wave, on DAB, online and on your smart speaker.
Official broadcaster of UEFA Euro 2024, Germany.
TalkSport.
Scotland have found their senses at Euro 2024 after that difficult defeat against the hosts in the opening game. A new level of composure. They've given themselves a chance of a big result against Switzerland here in Cologne. A deflected effort from Scott McTominay. A brilliant equaliser from Xherdan Shaqiri. At the break, it is Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. You're listening to Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager. It's 18+. Please drink responsibly. And it's a very tight game. So let's take a look at the latest odds, all thanks to William Hill.
In the Zone on TalkSport with William Hill. Prepare for greatness with William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org.
So for Scotland to go on and win this game, get another goal, they're 19-5. Switzerland 5-4. The draw is 11-8. And for Scotland's Che Adams to score at any time, that is now 13-2. That was a look at the latest odds, all thanks to William Hill. Terms and conditions apply. It's 18+, and make sure you check out begambleaware.org.
In the Zone on TalkSport with William Hill. Prepare for greatness with William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org.
So England manager Gareth Southgate's been speaking to the media tonight ahead of their Group C match against Denmark tomorrow, 5 p.m, live on TalkSport. He's revealed to TalkSport's Faker Others that England's first-choice left-back Luke Shaw isn't fit enough to play against the Danes.
Gareth, you said when you gave us an assessment of Luke Shaw that he might be available for this second game against Denmark. He didn't train this morning. What's the prognosis with him? How is he?
Yeah, no, that won't happen now. We've kept him on a bit more of an individual program. He's probably on the track we thought he would be at the start, really, and we were hopeful we might be able to accelerate that a little bit, but he needs a bit more volume of work. And so today he worked in his own rhythm rather than with the rest of the team.
Is that a blow to preparations, or did you have a plan B anyway?
No, I mean we weren't.
What's up?
You know, it would be a bonus at the
Dang,
point
Mom,
that
good
we have
to
him
see you,
available,
man.
really. So we've always worked on that basis.
Having analysed the Serbia game more in depth than when we last spoke, what tweaks do you think you might need to make ahead of Denmark?
Well, clearly in the second half we didn't use the ball well enough. A lot of reasons for that, but the structure of the team needed to be better, and there were a lot of individual errors, really. So I think that will definitely help us. And then, yeah, we actually had played very, very well for half an hour, and of course we defended really well throughout the game. So the spirit and the mentality of the team was great. There's some detail that we need to be better with.
A win for England against Denmark, 5 p.m. on TalkSport tomorrow, will take them through to the knockout stages. Scotland bidding to reach the knockout for the first time in their history, halfway to a massive point against the Swiss. I'll leave you for the second half with the former Scotland striker Chris Iwelumo and TalkSport's Joe Shannon.
And it could end up even more than that for Scotland, who knows? Playing towards the Tartan Army in the second half. No changes at half-time, and we're back underway on TalkSport. Beneath the lights now, the dark skies of Cologne. Scotland, from right to left, all in dark blue with a yellow trim. Gunn in goal, Hendry, Hanley and Tierney are the defenders. Ralston and Robertson, the wing-backs. Gilmore and McGregor, the two deepest in midfield. McTominay and McGinn up in support of Che Adams up front. And for the Swiss, all in white and playing from left to right towards the end that houses their supporters in red, as Vidma wins an early corner at the start of the second half for them. They have Sommer in goal, Cher, Akanji and Rodriguez, Vidma and Vargas the wing-backs, Freuler and Xhaka, and then Arbisha, Shaqiri, who scored a wonderful equaliser, and Ndoye, the front three. And it is Shaqiri who will take an in-swinging corner, left-footed, on this near side to right as we look at it. Shaqiri puts one arm up into the air. There's early danger for Scotland here. Into the six-yard box, headed away by McTominay. It's come back out wide to Vargas. Vargas delivers, and it careers off the back of Callum McGregor.
Take your marketing from, should we try this, to we need to do that. Dare to ask with SurveyMonkey.
McGregor foot. Cher is forward for Switzerland here. Vidma's lurking as well. They've taken the corner short to Vargas. Now the corner of the penalty area is Freuler. Back out wide to Shaqiri. Dangerous ball in. Loops off the head of Jack Hendry. And there won't be another Switzerland corner. The flag is up, much to the relief and delight of Chris Iwelumo.
It's an excellent defensive line, though. As soon as Shaqiri takes that corner shot, it's stepped up. And like you say, that is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You go in and affect it. There's 3 players out to try and get near the Swiss 3. As soon as that ball comes in from Shaqiri, the defensive line's out by the penalty spot, and there's 2 Swiss players offside there. Excellent defending.
When Chris and I arrived at the stadium earlier on, and Hugh was filming this, Chris did a little jog up towards the edge of the pitch earlier, as though he was about to come on and play. And he has played here before. It's that kind of night, isn't it?
It's fantastic.
As a former player, you just want to be on the field.
No, exactly. You know, this place brings many memories. We had to, our stadium, Aken, wasn't up to the UEFA spec, so this is what we called home when we played all the Europa League games here. So yeah, it's some fantastic memories.
Chris Iwelumo with us for commentary. On a day when Germany have confirmed their passage through to the knockout stages of Euro 2024. The first team to do so after beating Hungary by 2-0. And there was a dramatic draw, 2-2, in the game involving Croatia and Albania. An injury time equaliser for Albania live on TalkSport 2 earlier on. All of the games live on the network. Just download our app to be across everything. It's free and easy to download. And of course, it won't be too long before the return of the Premier League in August. Good turn by McGinn. Looking to dart in field and wriggle away from Cher. He's been tracked back by Cher. The referee had a long look at it and then eventually points for a Scotland free kick.
Sorry
Left
about
of centre,
that.
35
Hopefully
yards
this is
out.
better.
First chance for the Scots to threaten in the second half, 1-1.
Yeah, it's brilliant from Scotland there. You know, Andy Robertson into the feet of John McGinn, and he has his role as man. It's the both of them are at it, but the strength, it's definitely a free kick Scotland's way. I'm surprised Shells even said anything to the referee, but these are moments now. But can you put it right in the money in the box? Great defensive line from Switzerland at the minute, but it will drop.
Euro Sports Bar.
I'm
Once
hard
we're
to
done
hear.
tonight in Cologne. 03717223344 Scotland fans to have your say. Robertson to float in the free kick. Poor headed away. Didn't beat the first man. Robertson then back to the halfway line where Tierney's waiting in the centre circle to roll it back to Gunn. All in lime green. Robertson's calling for it again from Gunn. High on the diagonal. It's sweeping from right towards this near side, the left. Good flick by Adams into the path of Robertson. He tried to take it in his stride. He's gone down under the challenge of Freuler, who's suggesting that it was a dive from Andy Robertson on the left hand into the penalty area. No, says the referee. Throw to Scotland, level with the edge of the Switzerland box. It's 1-1 on a night where Scotland really can't realistically afford to lose. My, how they'd love to win it.
Well, I'm looking at that on the monitor there, Joe. You know, I think Che Adams does excellently well to win the little flick. Andy Robertson takes it in. The ball goes one side of Freuler. Andy Robertson goes the other. He puts an arm across the chest of Andy Robertson just to slow him.
Long throw from Tierney, headed away by Kanji. It'll drop down to Hanley, who nods it back into the penalty area, further away by Cher for Switzerland, who's retreating, and he's cleared only half away. Akanji with a header, messy defending from Switzerland inside their own penalty area. Eventually Gilmore takes up possession with authority. The referee's actually stopped the game here because Akanji's gone down and has stayed down. Just as Scotland looked like they were really on the attack. The Tartan army behind the goal, filling 2 tiers behind the goal. Much of the stand opposite us as well, and there are lots of Scotland fans immediately to our left. Not happy with the decision to stop the game, but it was an awkward landing, a nasty landing on his elbow there for Akanji. Might have hurt his shoulder, Chris.
Yeah, he's definitely holding his shoulder there, but I'm in shock that the referee
check your cactus collection right now.
Andy Robertson is linking up with
yellow card for McTominay.
Well, I don't understand it. You know, I think Andy Robertson, little one round the corner. I think it was to McGinn it was, and he stopped it. He stopped it because Akanji's down. It's not even a head injury; it's a shoulder.
Well, I wonder if McTominay has been booked because the new regulations say that only the captain can appeal and complain to the referee. So maybe that's why. Scotland have got a drop ball. Akanji back on his feet. Robertson back to Handley. He'll drive it long from the edge of the area. High towards Ralston at the back post. Didn't win the header. Away from Arbisher, and it's a goal kick. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. An own goal from Cher puts Scotland in front. Shaqiri with a fine equaliser after Ralston's mistake. And we're 6 minutes into the second half on TalkSport.
It's a fantastic opportunity that there. It's not a bad ball from Grant Hanley. Big switch of play onto Ralston, who's pulling onto the wing.
Well, that's awesome, Hot Box. Good job.
He's got to read the flight of the ball. Just
your cactuses look great, Dank Bomb.
Scotland's next game is against Hungary in Stuttgart on Sunday. That could really prove decisive. Well, it will prove decisive ultimately. And we'll bring you that live and in full on TalkSport this weekend. England against Denmark tomorrow, 5 o'clock, live in Frankfurt with your TalkSport commentary team. Driven downfield by Hendry for Scotland. Chested down by McTominay. The Scots have started the second half. I think the better of the two teams. Gilmore's midway inside Switzerland territory. They're having a lot of possession now, Scotland. Tierney. Left edge of the centre circle. Memories of the opening game have been forgotten now. Robertson driving down the Scotland left, trying to tear beyond Vidmer. Vidmer did well to track him all the way. Deflection off the Swiss defender, out of play, Scotland throw. Taken by Robertson. Hurls it back 20 yards into the path of Tierney. The 1-2 between Tierney and McGregor. And now Hanley on the halfway line. Scotland looking relatively confident in the game at the moment. Oh, Hendry's been closed down by Vargas. And he very nearly gave the ball away. Scotland have just got to be careful to avoid any defensive errors, and that's why, Chris, it's on a bit of a knife edge, isn't it? Because if Scotland are beaten tonight, realistically, even third place qualification to the knockouts is going to be just so difficult and probably beyond them.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I think that's why the concentration levels have got to be through the roof there. You're looking at Jack Henry in possession, just has to move the ball a little bit quicker. Don't take any chances. Switzerland were just setting the traps here and advancing, so you just
sounds good, guys. Makes sense.
Gilman and Callum McGregor are always the option. They're always on, no matter how tight. They want the ball.
This is Euro Game Day Live on Talk Sport, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager, 18 plus. Please drink responsibly. Ball out of defence by McGregor, the number 8 for Scotland. Long sleeve,
Yeah,
dark blue
controllers
shirt.
are better than keyboard.
Tomine dropping deep into the left wing back position here. Robertson has bombed on upfield again. Poor ball out of play by Gilmore though. From a central position midway inside his own half. Not as tidy as he so often is, the Brighton man. And actually, it's just his second start at a major tournament. He did start at Euro 2020 against England at Wembley. Kanji for Switzerland has rolled the ball out to the halfway line, and inside the right and Vidman. Little glance on by Shaqiri, chested down by Freuler, back infield by Ndoye to Shaqiri, out wide to Freuler again. Nice one-touch play from Switzerland, but there's no great threat to the Scotland goal. All
Yeah,
of this
I
happening in
agree.
and around the halfway line. And actually, Chris, neither goalkeepers had actually a great deal to do. There was a good save by Gunn to deny Ndoye, but precious little in terms of shots on target in the game.
Yeah, there is. It's all this battles in the middle of the pitch, isn't it, in possession. I've got to say, I think both teams are guilty of not putting the ball in the danger area when they've had opportunity to do so.
Quite cagey in the second half so far. 54 minutes into the game and 1-1 it remains. Up goes the head of Xhaka to beat McTominay in the air. Xhaka, the Swiss captain nowadays, is with Arbisher. To his immediate left on halfway is Rodriguez. He steers the ball back infield. Flags all around the stadium here. Dozens of saltires to our left, and at the other end, it's a sea of red and white. Rodriguez, Switzerland attacking the end that houses their own fans in the second half. Little ball rolled up the left-hand edge of the penalty area by Xhaka. Was that a foul by Ndoye? Shove in the back possibly of Hendry. Referee said no, and then Ralston had to concede the corner.
Well, the referee's got it all wrong here, and Ndoye's putting that pressure on Henry there. I think it was Ralston actually, but it's a free kick in my opinion. But you have to go on, mate. You have to keep the ball alive.
And the Swiss have got an opportunity here with Vargas to deliver right-footed. Akanji, Vidma, Cher, all lurking. Corner's taken short to Xherdan Shaqiri. Back to the corner of the area. Vargas with a great cross. Good header away by Hanley on the edge of his own 18-yard area. Good height and distance on that. Chris loved that next to me here in the commentary position. Shaqiri teases the ball back towards the left side, and Rodriguez, number 13, very experienced, well over 100 caps. Now Vargas again, hugging that left-hand touch line, back towards halfway.
That's awesome, Hotbox Nader.
There's
Good
a rendition
job.
of Flower of Scotland from the Scotland
Prestiging
fans
3
when they're under
times, that's
pressure
good.
here. Out on the right for Switzerland, this Cher drills in the cross to the back post. It'll reach Vargas. He can size up a shot, and it's gathered by Gunn. Low into his body, almost on his goal line. Handling had to be good because Ndoye was waiting to snap it up.
Well, it's excellent from Switzerland. They're moving the ball quickly. Vargas finding himself in far too much space in that back area, and then he's just opened up the goal, taken it manipulated the ball onto his right, and to be put everything through it straight at Angus Gunn. And like I said, there's bodies running across the face of Angus Gunn there as well, but good strong hands from the goalkeeper.
Really defined rendition of Flower of Scotland from the end away to our left just a few moments ago. Gunn belts the ball long upfield. Ralston tries to win it, headed away by Rodriguez. It's Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Germany already through in this group. Switzerland would have 4 points in 2 games as it stands. The Scots would have 1, and Hungary would have none at all. So there would still be all to play for on Sunday as it stands. Scotland meet Hungary in Stuttgart live on Talk Sport. Tierney's got possession now. About 15 yards shy of the halfway line. Little 1-2 with Gilmore. Tierney under pressure. Heavy back pass to the feet of Gunn, but there was a foul by Dan Ndoye. Let's get a flavour of the atmosphere from right behind the goal with our Scotland reporter, Shabana Hearn.
Flower of Scotland will just give you goosebumps every time. A solo piper standing on a table just in front of where the Scotland subs are warming up. But what an incredible atmosphere at this end. Moving the ball much better in this half. Got a brilliant view as well of Fabian Cher and John McGinn, that battle. Villa and Newcastle, and smiling at each other like they're enjoying it too.
Scotland fans trying to sing their team through the second half. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. It remains. Scotland's last win at a Euros in a game was in 1996. Ali McCoist against Switzerland. In fact, Scotland's last win at a major tournament altogether. It's been such a long time. Ball is on the halfway line for Switzerland. Hooked downfield by Vargas. And Doy has spun. He's turned. He's through it, Doy. He's rolled it wide.
Oh.
Turned away from Hanley and then rolled the ball wide of the far post. I think the assistant momentarily put his flag up there. Either way, Kieran Tierney spun by Ndoye, and Angus Gunn has made a brilliant save to turn that behind. We've got replays in our commentary position. We can see it's hit the upper thigh of Gunn before deflecting behind. I think it might be a free kick to Scotland anyway, Chris.
Yeah, I think that's Kieran Tierney's tournament over. I think his hammies just went there. You know, I think I've got to say great strength from Ndoye. You know, I think he's put all his weight on Tierney. I'm waiting to see it on the monitor again, but it's fantastic close control. If the referees give a foul, I've got to say Angus Gunn come out, seen the danger, got the touch, and it's put it wide. It's an excellent save from the big man as well. But I'm just looking at it again now. This is his first goal. But Tierney, yeah, he's gesturing to the bench to make the substitution straight away. It's not good.
Scott McKenna is ready straight away for Scotland. Meanwhile, the Swiss making
Modern
their first
Warfare
change.
3
Nearly
was
an hour gone. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1.
Modern Warfare 3 was
And
good.
it's Shaqiri going off. And it's
Modern
Grail
Warfare 2
Embolo.
was awesome too.
A real danger man, the number 7, coming onto the field. He scored the clinching goal against Hungary in their first group game, the number 7. Hasn't started either of the two matches, really, because he was injured for most of the season. Oh, they've got the stretcher on for Tierney here. This is a real shame. Surrounded by 3 or 4 medical personnel in the fluorescent jackets. Tierney trying to keep up with Ndoye, stumbled and reached for his
Freaking
hamstring
the
straight
zombies
away,
on World at
and he
War
can't
is
even
fun
walk
too.
off the pitch
The
here,
one
Chris
where
Iwelumo.
you're
And for Scotland, one of
the
their leaders, a great
house
figure
and the
in
Nazis
the
are
dressing
walking
room,
across
as
the
well as on
field and you have to
Kieran
defend the
Tierney.
house.
You
That
have
one's
to
really
wonder
fun too.
whether he'll be able to play again at this tournament. It looks that he might not be.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at that on the monitor as well there, and it's like his knee jarred as well, so I'm hoping that's nothing too serious. He's went and he's reached for the hamstring, but
Yeah.
his knee has jarred and
Yeah,
it
Black Ops 1 was nice.
into the ground there, so yeah, that's very concerning.
I've actually been
Tierney
thinking of
stretched it
doing
off.
another zombie
Hands on his
playthrough.
head.
Play
Desperately
zombies
disappointing
on
moment for
Black
the Arsenal
Ops.
man, who would have been a Scotland regular throughout this tournament. But as I say, you have to wonder now how much of a part, if any, he'll play in Scotland's Euro 2024 journey that remains. Here comes McKenna.
Yeah, I agree, Dave.
of Nottingham
I
Forest.
agree
Came off the bench
totally.
on match day 1 against Germany. McKenna, he'll just slot in nicely in that back 3. And at least it's a straight swap this for Scotland, I think, Chris, anyway.
Yeah, I've got to agree. You know, Scott McKenna coming on, he knows that position. He's got that relationship with Grant Hanley as well. It brings you another head in the box, in the attacking box, whenever that opportunity presents itself to put the ball in there. But you are losing a very good technical player down this left-hand side, and that understanding that with Robertson overlaps, end product coming in from Tierney.
Yeah, I'm going to do another one soon where I play
61 minutes
do a
into the game
zombies on
here.
Black
The ball is
Ops.
clearly out to play
Black
on the
Ops
far
1.
side, the Scotland right. It's going to be a Switzerland throw, though. And Arbisher, number 20, will come forward to take it now. Switzerland, who have got Mbolo, I think, in a central role, and they've pushed Vargas forward a bit, and Arbisher's gone to left wing back. Tierney being carefully stretchered down the tunnel. As soon as we get an update on his condition, whenever that may be, we'll bring it to you on Talk Sport. Shaban Ahern, our Scotland reporter, will be getting the reaction from the Scotland camp
Yeah,
by the
that
end
would
of the
be
game.
yeah,
We'll
that,
try and
that
bring
would be
that
awesome. Dude.
reaction to you as
That
soon
would
as
be
we
awesome.
get it. 03717 223344 for the Euro Sports Bar coming next once we're done here in Cologne. And tomorrow night, England against Denmark. England with the opportunity to seal their place in the knockout stages with a win. Here's Mbolo, halfway line for Switzerland, turns away in field from Conor McGregor. McGregor snapping at his heels. It's rolled wide to Freuler on the near
Yeah,
side of the
original
field.
Gears
These are the
was
moments in the
great.
tournament, Chris Iwelumo, where Scotland have really got to dig in. Clearly, this is a game of relatively few chances, and Scotland have got to make sure they keep the door closed at their end of the ground.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's important that they do go on and get that second goal. You know, I think you're at the minute defending well, using the ball well, being brave as well. Switzerland are getting higher and higher up the pitch. I've got to say I'm happy. I'm happy with the way that Scotland are playing at the minute. You know, inviting Switzerland on, just that quality from back to front can improve a little.
You take a point at the moment.
100%, Joe. 100%.
Switzerland, if they score, would be heading through. Their fans bouncing up and down behind the goal to the right. And they've made great noise too. And we wandered around Cologne earlier, and the Scotland and Switzerland fans were even singing together. Even some of the Swiss fans were singing "No Scotland, No Party." The ball is with Akanji, midway inside his own half. And now Freuler carefully watches the ball out to his right, where Cher is standing. Cher pumps a long, high diagonal ball. That's a lovely pass from Cher. Right through the air and brought down neatly by Vargas. Ralston is backing off as Vargas, couple of step overs into the box. Right-footed effort! And it's just over the top of the crossbar.
He's done it a couple of times, Vargas. You know, he's driving. Anthony Ralston, I think he has to go and make that contact outside the box. He keeps dropping. As soon as Vargas comes in the box, you can't get near him. He manipulates the ball onto his right again, trying to open up that space, and then he puts everything through it to try and find that back corner. You know, twisting it, Anthony Ralston inside out there. So, you know, keep him outside the box.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
As soon as he receives the ball,
you'll have to check it out now.
Tiny, tricky player, isn't he, though, Vargas?
Fantastic talent.
Third major tournament for him. Chris Iwelumo, former Scotland striker, with us in the commentary box again tonight, live inside the stadium in Cologne. Talk Sport 1-1 the score. Scotland went ahead, but Switzerland equalised within 13 minutes. Both goals in the first half. Switzerland having much more of the ball now in the second, as we head towards, slowly but surely, the final quarter of the game. Forward by Cher. Pushing header infield. It's spun off the head of McGregor. Drop neatly for Gilmore. Gilmore 35 yards out. He's going to go for goal. It's blocked by Manuel Akanji. Oh, it opened up there for Billy Gilmore, and he thought, why not?
Excellent from Billy Gilmore. You know, it was going somewhere. He struck it very, very well. The bravery of Akanji as well, just stood strong. Took a heavy one there, but it's much better from Scotland there.
And they've got a throw. Scotland fans, they've all been standing throughout the game. And there are Scotland fans in every area of the stadium, it feels like. Everywhere you look, you see a blue and white flag. Ralston's going to take the throw to McTominay. Corner of the penalty area. Oh, was he fouled by Akanji? He was. Free kick right on the right-hand edge of the box. A clumsy challenge, unlike Akanji, who is so often so composed. The two players who play their football, of course, for the rival Manchester clubs, McTominay and Akanji. Scotland free kick. Really dangerous area, this, Chris.
Well, I'm looking at that as well. I think that's a yellow card. You know, Scott McTominay's just took it away from Akanji there. No intent to win the ball as well, and he's came in strong. I think he's got a dead leg himself, Akanji. You can see him grimacing there.
McKenna, Hendry, Hanlon, all forward. Gilmore's on the edge of the box. McTominay, little word in the ear of Andy Robertson, who's the only man standing over it now.
So important for Robertson. He'll just beat the first man, beat the wall, try and hit the target. There's so many bodies running across the face of summer here.
Two in the wall. Scotland end. 1-1. The captain standing over the free kick. Very close to the corner of the penalty area. This is a real opportunity here for Scotland. Robertson. Eyes on the ball now. Everybody back for Switzerland here as the referee blows his whistle. Robertson to fizz it in. Hanley! Off the post! Is it going to go in? No! Oh, so close for Scotland. That's agonising. Hanley met it. And it hit the base of the post. Oh, Hanley looks to the skies. He can't believe it.
Well, it's an excellent ball in, and it's attacked well. I'm looking at it now, Hanley. Oh, it's a great header as well. You know, it's just a centimetre to the right, and it's going off the post and in. Oh, wow. He's done ever so well just to get on top of his man and make sure he got there first.
Stays 1-1 by the tiniest of margins. So unlucky, Grant Hanley. That should buoy Scotland here, though. Cushion header by McGinn. Back towards Jack Hendry. Little touch by Vargas to smuggle it away towards the Swiss left. Ralston slides in. Does well in front of Arbisher. Had to make that to hold him up. And now McTominay's leading the Scotland press. Leading the Scotland charge. Cleared away by Sommer. Suddenly the Scots are having a good spell in the game. Into the last quarter. Given away by McGregor. Straight to Fabian Cher. Cher racing forward over the halfway line. And Bolo, as he fouled. Body checked by McKenna. Referee points for the free kick to Switzerland. 10 yards in to the Scotland half. You can hear what the Scotland fans think of that. Euro Game Day live on Talk Sport, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now. We're out and about at the Euros, all across the tournament, every single game live with us. Scott McKenna's just got a yellow card. What a passage of play, and Scotland may be still reeling from that header off the post from Hanley.
Yeah, he's unlucky to get a yellow card there. You know, he is. They're both at it. Yeah, he's went to ground very easily there, Bolo.
Meanwhile, Switzerland switch the play out to the left, and the dangerous Vargas again. He's isolated Ralston in a one-on-one. Back it goes to Ricardo Rodriguez, and now Vargas again. He's 5 yards from the corner of the penalty area, inside the Scotland half. Ralston slides in, beats him to it. Good tackle by Ralston. Much more likely you're kicking every ball now, Chris.
Well, that's it. That's exactly. As soon as it gets to Vargas, can you go there and make the contact at the same time? And that's it. It sets the precedent, doesn't it? So it's an excellent challenge. Vargas still down.
Vargas. Nothing wrong with the tackle from Ralston. Scotland have really turned up tonight in terms of the effort and endeavour. Ball out on the Swiss left with Arbischer. And Mbolo back to goal to Xhaka. Another one-touch pass to his central midfield colleague Freuler. And now Mbolo trying to get on to the end of a ball that was rolled around the back towards the dead ball line. Hooked away by Jack Hendry of Scotland. Well held up by Che Adams. McGinn with a rare touch. Haven't got John McGinn into the game at all, really, Scotland, and he's just knocked it straight out of play.
Well, it's excellent play from Che Adams. I mean, strong. He shouldn't really keep the ball under control there. He finds McGinn, who's in time. First time touch. Make sure you're strong. Make sure it sticks. Better from McGinn.
Just 10 touches in the game, McGinn, but that's 11 and 12 now. He's got the ball in the left wing position. Infield to Robertson. Teases it square to Gilmore. 35 yards out in the centre. Wide to Anthony Ralston on the right-hand channel. Ralston's going to win a corner. Let the Tartan Army Roar tell you that they believe they can go on and win this game with 20 minutes to go.
Scotland.
Yeah, and so they should, you know. I think especially moments like this, excellent play from Billy Gilmore, John McGinn there, you know, redeeming himself. Anthony Ralston breaking his neck to get into that right channel as well. First time cross that's, like you say, blocked for the corner. But that's it. Listen to this, please.
Robertson's placed it down. McKenna and Hendry and Hanley and McTominay. Adams all in around the penalty spot. Gilmore and McGinn just lurking in front of the goal. Robertson to fizz it into the near post, cleared away. Not a good delivery. Freuler, first man, on the volley away. Ralston hooks it over his shoulder. That's going to drop out of play for a Switzerland throw. Very close to their corner flag. How does Steve Clarke look at it now from a tactical perspective, I wonder, Chris? Does he think they can go and win the game, or is there just a little too much jeopardy in it for that?
No, I think he has to. You know, because all sorts of problems when that ball coming into the box is the right one. Corner kicks, free kicks. You know, we're just saying it. Grant Hanley, Scott McKenna's on there as well. We've got Scott McTominay. We've got players that can go and win those headers, get that first contact.
McGinn has clattered into Cher late. The referee did spot it. It'll be a yellow card as well. John Carver, the Scotland assistant, long way down below us, is complaining to the fourth official. Wasn't much of a reaction from Steve Clarke, and it was a clumsy late challenge from McGinn.
Yeah, I think Cher's made the most of it. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it's a yellow card. Can't say anything about it. McGinn, there's no need. You know, he's never going to get there. So you've got to have that savvy as well. You can pull out of that challenge, Joe.
Well, he's left one in on Cher, hasn't he? And the fourth official having to get involved on the near side touchline now.
So I think that'll force the hand of Steve Clarke. Yep. You know, he's on a yellow card. You just got to make sure there's players on the bench that can come on and do that job.
3 or 4 warming up for Scotland. It's 1-1 against Switzerland here. Switzerland would stay second, but miss the chance to qualify as Germany have done for the knockout stages today. Scotland third in the group as it stands, moving above Hungary, who are pointless. So it would all come down to a final day showdown. Great noise around the stadium. Albeit worth saying, of course, Scotland's goal difference is still far inferior to the Swiss, and that will ultimately potentially come into it. Throw from McKenna upfield for Scotland. Flicked by McGinn, only half away by Cher, sent it spiralling back towards his own half. And then Vidmer, hooked on by Freuler. It's becoming quite a scrappy game now. That might suit Scotland. 18 minutes of normal time to go, and at the moment, I just feel like they're the more likely, especially after that header from Hanley that came back off the post.
Yeah, definitely. I think in control of the game at the minute, you know, they've got to use the ball a little bit better, but they are getting into good areas. It's just that final pass, that final little bit of quality is letting them down.
Clearance upfield by Freuler. McGinn has been caught by Freuler, and it's another Scotland free kick. Not as close to the goal as the Robertson one, which was headed onto the post by Hanley, but it's still midway inside the Swiss half. Hanley, McKenna and Hendry are going to go forward anyway.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the set piece coach coming out, talking with Ralston, making sure that this ball, we all know where this ball's going, isn't it? With the players we've got in there.
Between the defensive line and the goalkeeper, in and around the edge of the penalty area. Robertson delivers it to that spot. McKenna climbs the looping header over the top and away for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Better ball from Andy Robertson there. You know, like you say, when you've got McKenna, Hanley in there, you know that they're going to go and attack it or keep it alive. So important to be aggressive in the right manner in those areas.
2 Swiss changes upcoming now. Fabian Rieder and Vincent Sierro. Only 10 caps between the two of them. First change is going to see Freuler come off. Freuler, whose parent club is Nottingham Forest, but he's long been shunned from the first team, sent out on loan to Bologna. Freuler trudges off, doesn't look particularly happy to come off Freuler at all. And the other change is going to see Vargas leave the field. So it's Sierro and Rieder who are coming on. Maybe that's a sign of how well Scotland are doing in the game.
Yeah, it's just fresh legs, you know, like for like, just to come on and try and get a foothold in the game, understandable. Because like you say, I think Scotland are looking like the team that can go on and get that second goal.
Well, there's a goal kick rather, for the Swiss here, and Akanji is standing over the ball, takes it short to Sommer, and Sommer rolls it square to Fabian Schär. In the right back position, Schär drives the ball high and long towards Mbolo. Hanley winning the aerial battle. Now Sierro, first touch for tidy number 16. Xhaka, untidy in possession initially. He's given it away to Scott McKenna. The Scots bombing forward now. McKenna in the left wing position. His cross, turned behind for a corner. It's Scott McKenna, the centre half, winning Scotland a corner at 1-1.
Well, that's exactly what Kieran Tierney would do in that situation. Scott McKenna bombing forward, linking up well with John McGinn. Like you see, winning a corner, fantastic from the big man.
The Scots can sense a set-piece route to victory here. Hendry and Hanley towards the back post this time, and McKenna's joining them. Whipped in by McTominay, high right-footed, back across goal by Adams. Billy Gilmore goes up for the header, doesn't win it, appeals for a penalty, nothing given. Gilmore goes down, stays down, holds his head. McTominay's got it, left wing position. Now it's taken up by McGregor. McGregor held up by 2 in white, and it's knocked out of play by Dan and Doy. Gilmore back on his feet.
Yeah, it's fantastic play, keeping it alive, winning second balls. I'm looking at this challenge now. It's just it's a strong challenge there. I've got to say, there's nothing in it. Not a free kick, just a coming together.
Robertson's throw towards McGinn. 10 yards infield from the corner flag. McGinn spins towards the dead ball line. First time cross is blocked, steered upfield for Switzerland towards Mbolo. He's won a free kick just inside his own half.
Fantastic play from Mbolo there. Knew the challenge was coming from McKenna. Just a little touch inside. You know, McKenna's got to be careful, hasn't he, on the yellow card as well?
Well, there was nothing in it in the second half in Munich in the opening game. How are you feeling? How are your nerves at the moment, Chris Iwelumo?
A little bit short at the minute, but I'm looking at boys are on the front foot as well, trying to force the issue, which is good to see.
Well, you're coping well. We'll have Chris with us for all of the Scotland games. Xhaka's back pass to Sommer. Scotland pressing high. Sommer forced into a hurried clearance upfield. It does bounce forward towards the feet of Ndoye. Plays it backwards to Xhaka in space inside his own half. Out to the left-hand side, and Ndoye again. Scampers forward. Skillful footwork. Square to Sierra in the centre circle. Goes backwards to Akanji. And Swiss are just trying to regain their composure and footing in this second half with 13 minutes to go. It's Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Now the ball is collected by Rodriguez, who steams forward into Scotland territory. Corner of the penalty area. Reverses it infield to Arbisher. Arbisher's on the edge of the box. Now Rodriguez again. Arbisher out wide to the left-hand side, and Ndoye has collected possession. 3 in the middle to aim at, and Ndoye goes alone and shoots. High over the top. Again, infield on the Switzerland left, the Scotland right. Ralston ended up on the floor, but the ball ended up in the stand.
Well, Anthony Ralston's a very, very lucky man here. You know, Ndoye far too easy. You know, he's one way, but he's 3 metres away from him, so you can't show him down the line. You have to get closer to make sure that you're blocking. If anything, you're a little bit deeper to show him the line. he's basically got his back to him. It's poor defending. And I know, understand, fitness comes into it. He's not figured a lot for Celtic, and he's playing catch up at a major tournament.
So 12 to go plus added time on Talk Sport tomorrow. Slovenia against Serbia on Talk Sport 2 at 2. That's in England's group. England against Denmark at 5 o'clock in Frankfurt in a Talk Sport commentary, followed by Spain against Italy at 8. And Scotland are ready in Kenny McLean, a midfielder who'll come on very shortly. Be interesting to see what the switch is. Scotland have got a player down on the far side of the field. There were 2 challenging for the ball. And being helped to his feet on the far side is Billy Gilmore. And he's going to come off. And Kenny McLean comes on.
Yeah, I think he's when he's went to head on that ball, he's done something with his calf. You can see that he's not moving right there, but Kenny McLean can come on and play in all 3 of those positions, hold him in fielder and even advanced where John McGinn is as well. So yeah, fantastic technical player.
McLean onto the field and immediately on the defensive as Switzerland come forward. These are really nervy moments in the game for the Scots. Whenever Switzerland have got possession inside opposition territory. Now it's back in the Swiss half with Rodriguez. 1-1. And Sierra just shy of the halfway line. And Sierra's just popping the ball back every time he gets it. No great invention from him. Arbisher out on the far side, the left. Infield on the halfway line, a big electronic sign with the word Cologne behind him. And Saltire and the Swiss flag hanging high up into the sky from the stand opposite us, the east side of the stadium. Here comes Rieder for Switzerland. Nippy footwork to race towards the corner of the penalty area. He's held up and he's looked to roll the ball up the inside right channel, inside the box. Mbolo was never going to get there. Well marshalled by Hanley. And a goal kick to Scotland. 10 minutes plus added time. And the scores are still level.
Well, fantastic play there from Hanley, seen the danger. Mbolo's causing all sorts of problems, movement as well. But Hanley seen the danger, got across the face of Mbolo and just ushered the ball out there. So, no, well done.
Well, this is good news, and I think well-deserved. UEFA have now given the goal, the Scotland goal in the first half, to Scott McTominay. And we did say that it was amazing that Cher was awarded that goal, an own goal initially. Yes, it took a massive deflection off him, but the goal, the strike from McTominay, was goal-bound, on target. And so Scott McTominay, the Scotland scorer, and here he is on the ball now. 30 yards from goal. McGinn had to reach that. He thought about shooting from range. He's on the edge of the penalty area. Lays it wide left to Robertson to dink it in high. McTominay took it off the head of Adams. It's dropped down to Ralston. Hooks it back across. McTominay blocked. McTominay on the volley again. Might get a third opportunity. It'll come down to Adams. Back to goal. Scotland goes so close. Back it goes now to Jack Hendry to whip in the cross. Headed away by Vidmer. McTominay on the volley. Blocked by the Switzerland defender. Some of the Scots fans wanted handball, not given by the referee. No check taking place. Scotland have got it again. 9 minutes plus added time to go. Talk Sport at Euro 2024. This is what it's all about. This is what Scotland came here to do, Chris Uelemo.
Yeah, it's excellent from Scotland there. Scott McTominay, the great connection as well.
What did you think of Vandal Hearts that I was doing? Did you watch any of those?
Potential penalty check going on. Is the animation on my screen?
Yeah. Well, if it's come off a Swiss defender there and it's on target, then yeah, it stopped it. Well, check over.
Check over. So no penalty.
I personally think Vandal Hearts has an awesome story.
Confidence again. Adams has held it up in the right wing position, but he's laid it infield straight to Xhaka.
It's called Vandal Hearts.
Rolls it through to Mbolo.
It's a PS1 game.
Mbolo is clear. Mbolo chips the goalkeeper and scores. And now the flag does go up. And the Swiss fans behind the goal have thrown their beer all over each other. And it's to no avail whatsoever. And indeed, Angus Gunn's goal is being showered by plastic glass. Well, Chris Uelemo, you called it. Mbolo are judged to have been offside.
It's tight as well, and he's just offside. You can see by the cut of the grass. Grant Hanley's the closest to him. It's an excellent finish as well. Composed, taken in. Just waits until Angus comes out and just lifts it over him. It's an excellent finish from Mbolo.
Check over. VAR did check.
Just like in regards to talking about stories, it's one of my favorite games with the story. Like, it's one of my favorite stories of any game.
What a Euro 2024.
I've done 2 missions. I've got a third one to upload.
Starts to a tournament for very
And
long time.
honestly, Dank Bomb, if you like it,
Will be hoisted
I'll
forward by
target
Gunn for
that
Scotland.
more and I'll do
Passes
more
the
of it.
ball upfield towards the Scotland right. Ralston tries to flick it infield. Thumped away by
Hey,
Granit Xhaka
HT,
to the
what's up,
halfway line,
dude?
and Bolo battling, headed away by McKenna. Free kick Switzerland. Let's go back behind the goal at the Tottenham end to Shaban Ahern. You thought Shaban there with that header from Hanley that Scotland were going to go 2-1 up.
It's had erupted behind us. It was so close. The
It was
Tartan Army
so
nearly
close.
lost their marbles, but they had to maintain it for a while. The tension behind this end just now, you could just cut it with a knife. Billy Gilmore, by the way, just came off. He walked past us there behind the goal, clapping the Tartan Army, smiling, so pleased.
I see
with
what you
the
did there.
performance.
Shaban
HT.
Ahern kicking every ball.
HT.
Inside for TalkSport. Chris Iwelumo, likewise, high up in the commentary box. Switzerland just had a half opportunity, but Ndoye couldn't get the ball in control inside the penalty area. And Scotland might feel a little unfortunate not to have scored a second here in the second half, I wonder, Chris.
Yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity there for Scott McTominay. Two bites at the cherry, wasn't it? You know, I think the first one he's connected well, it's on target, but it comes off the head of Che Adams. The second one, Scott McTominay makes contact with the ball, but it's also hits the arm of the Swiss defender as well. That's what the penalty check was about.
6 minutes to go.
Nice.
And it's 1-1.
Driving home.
On TalkSport.
All good.
Here is Akanji for Switzerland, up over the halfway line. A night where Scotland dare not lose. A point keeps their hopes alive realistically, even if they ended up having to settle potentially for one of those third-place qualification spots. Steve Clarke said they need 4 points to get to the knockout stages. So it would all come down, if it stays at 1-1, to the Hungary game on Sunday, live with us in Stuttgart. Germany already through in the group. The Swiss will stay second as it stands, but missed the chance to join Germany in the knockouts. Hungary are bottom of the group. 1-1, 5 to go. Adams on the centre spot. Square ball to McKenna. Adams was caught late by the lunge of Sierra, who gets the yellow card.
Two sore ones there. Che Adams, the referee, played advantage initially, but Sierra was way late, wasn't it? Rightfully so, gets a
Yeah,
yellow card.
exactly.
Scotland, again,
There's
using the ball
tons of
well.
them. I dealt with a bunch today too.
There's not much in
And
that
yesterday,
as well. I
you
think Sierra
guys, a
actually gets
cement
touch with the
truck
ball, so
crashed and
the
there was
referee's got
cement
that
all
one
over
wrong.
the freaking
Toothless
intersection.
changes. Off go Ndoye and Vidmer. On come Burnley's Zeki
Oh,
Abdouni,
good,
who
good.
scored 5
Well,
Premier
enjoy
League goals
that.
last season. And a straight swap of right wing back as Leonidas Sturgeon also comes on. Umpteenth rendition of Flower of Scotland across the course of the game. From the Scotland end to our left, the Scots have taken over Cologne. Again
Oh, yeah,
tonight.
Dank Bomb. I got a
Robertson's
story
free kick
about
for
that.
Scotland, high to the corner of the penalty area, cleared away. It'll drop down now to Kenny McLean.
I
He's
got a
rolled it
story
square to
about
John
that.
McGinn about 35 yards out. McGinn with a great cross, flicked away. Only as far as the far side of the field. Ralston tees it backwards. Now here's an opportunity for McLean to strike it low. Gathered by Sommer, had no real power behind it. Stays 1-1. 4 minutes plus added time remaining on TalkSport.
Yeah, better than Anthony Ralston, keeping it alive, finding Kenny McLean. He just never got the connection right, but I still feel that Che Adams can just get a little touch on it, try and help it on its way, and take it away from the hands of Jan Sommer there.
Euro Sports Bar coming next once we're done here. Here, though, come Switzerland. Ball played through immediately to the substitute on the edge of the penalty area, but Robertson got in front of the newly arrived Abdouni to roll it back to the goalkeeper. Just a nervy moment for Scotland there. Robertson left wing back position, steers it forward to McGinn, beaten to it by Scher. Fairly, says the referee. Scher's then blocked off by Andy Robertson. Really, a real battle now in that central portion of the field of play. Into the 88th minute we go. Scores have been level now for a long time.
That's
Shaqiri
yeah,
has
that's
equalised for
dangerous,
Switzerland.
dude. That's dangerous.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, drunk
26th
drivers
minute
are
after McTominay's defensive
sketchy.
strike. Had
And
Scotland in front.
They just go
Still
through with
dreaming of
it.
a victory in a
Yeah,
major
there's a
tournament
lot
in a game.
here, dude. There's
It's
a
not happened
lot.
for many a year. Lawrence Shankland is going to get the final few minutes for Scotland. He's chipped and ready to come on the number 9. The ball is with Rodriguez for Switzerland. And now
Yeah, that'd be a
Xhaka
good
flicks it forward,
idea.
high over the halfway line towards nobody.
That would be a
in
good
particular.
idea,
And Bolo isn't even
for
going to
sure.
chase it. Hendrick can go safely back to Gunn. Gunn, right-footed, not the best of clearances. It hangs up in the air shy of halfway. Little flick downfield by Ralston. Scotland, talk about dare not lose. The players on the field, nobody wants to be the one that makes a mistake.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all.
Angus Gunn, Jack Henry gives it back to him. I don't think he has to go back to Angus Gunn. They'll just give it into to Grant Hanley or Callum McGregor.
Ball has been cleared upfield for Scotland, and then there's a foul. Robertson on the near side.
I drove
Back
fast
position
when
with
I was
a
young.
poor challenge. It has
I
to
was
be
a really
said.
impatient driver.
I think he's caught Amdouni there with a late lunging challenge. In fact, it's Reader who's been fouled. Reader gets himself to his feet. And Scotland are going to have to defend a dangerous free kick here. Out on the Switzerland right with, less than 90 seconds of normal time to go. Wasn't much in
Yeah,
there.
I drove
Embolo
so
offside a
fast
few
when I
moments
was
ago, by the
younger.
way. Just seen another
I got a
replay
huge
on our
ticket, and
monitor.
then
It was
I actually got a
extremely tight.
notice from the government,
Ryan
a
Christie and Lawrence
cautionary notice
Shankland
from the
ready
government
to come on for the
telling
Scots.
me
And
to
Scotland
re-examine
fans
the way I
simply
was
pray
driving.
that they hold on
Think
to the
about
point
that.
that they're going to get as it stands.
Yeah,
Reader
same here.
is over this free
Same
kick
here,
for
man.
Switzerland.
Same here.
And he's going to curl it in left-footed. Everybody back for the Scots. Whipped in dangerously to the back post. Amdouni's header a yard wide. Well, the flag did go up on the near side. I think he's suggesting there was an offside or maybe a foul there, the assistant referee. Amdouni wasn't to know that, and it was very, very close. Stays 1-1 as we head into the last 30 seconds of normal time. And the Scotland fans marking that with a big cheer. Shankland and Christie coming on. Off go McGinn, first of all, and Adams, the other to leave the field, Chris.
Yeah, again, like for like coming on. You know, it's just one of them, just one opportunity, one moment, one magical moment. Now Shankland, Christie coming on. It's big game players, isn't it? This is just your time to shine, isn't it? But I've got to say, Che Adams and John McGinn have been excellent. Linked up well, been strong, been aggressive on the front foot.
Shankland darts on the number 9. Scotland's top scorer in the top flight last season, Lawrence Shankland. Scored in one of the warm-up matches for Euro 2024. It's 1-1. 4 minutes of added time. Header away by Akanji. Flicked up towards the centre circle. We're now in those 4 added minutes. Andy Robertson on the Scotland left with a looping cross. Anthony Ralston, can he keep it in at the back post? He's brought it down by the corner flag. He's taking on Arbisher. He's trying to flick beyond Derbyshire. He's got his cross in. It's headed away by Xhaka. Not very far. Kenny McLean to Ryan Christie. He's in the penalty area. Back to Conor McGregor. Faced up. Plays it wide. Robertson back across. Cleared away by Akanji. It'll drop down inside the penalty area and hit over the bar. A screamer by McGregor. Scotland were patient. Oh, they were close again to winning the game in stoppage time. 1-1.
Well, it's an excellent little ball from Callum McGregor.
These Scots have been tenacious.
Put it into the danger area.
Very
Akanji
tenacious.
defensively had to be there. Because it was Scott McTominay as well that was in behind Akanji. He had to make the contact. Wow. What? It's amazing defending. If he's not there, we're taking 3 points. It's 2-1, isn't it? Scott McTominay's getting there.
Oh, these are special nights in international football. It may still yet be a special night for Scotland. 1-1 with Switzerland. That's the point that many were hoping Scotland would pick up before the game. Quite a reaction to the 5-1 defeat to Germany. 90 seconds into 4 added at the end of the game. Scotland go back to Gunn. They're finishing the game stronger. Gunn's clearance is not good though. Under pressure, out of play, throw halfway to Switzerland.
Yeah, Angus Gunn has to come through that first time. As soon as he takes his touch, he's under so much pressure from Embolo there that he's kicked out of play, giving possession away.
Share or roll the ball back to Jan Sommer. Switzerland play Germany, already through, remember, on Sunday. Scotland play Hungary, who don't even have a point to their name. So at the moment, it looks like Scotland or Switzerland for that second spot, albeit Switzerland do have a much better goal difference than Scotland, it is worth saying. So they'd be firm favourites, but the Scots would potentially be really hopeful of qualifying as one of the best third-place sides. Who knows? Still a lot still to happen. Still 90 seconds to go in this game. Flick downfield towards Mbolo. Gunn a little slow to come out. Eventually pounced on it. Stays 1-1 here.
Well, I've got to say, very, very fortunate there. The bowler's getting onto that. Angus Gunn actually loses his footing, but he recovers very, very quickly.
The Scotland fans are urging him forward. Gunn thumps it long downfield. Flicked by Lawrence Shankland. Away by Akanji. Xhaka's touch heavy. Shankland back to goal. Rolls it back to the centre circle. Kenny McLean steers it wide. Oh, they're going to get one chance in the final minute. Tackle from the substitute Sturgeon. Throw to Scotland now. Well, you feel they might have done enough in the second half to win the game. So unlucky when Hanley's header came back off the post. Agonisingly close Scotland there. Robertson takes the throw. Gets it back to McLean. Rolls the ball back to the halfway line of McKenna. 30 seconds left. It's 1-1 on TalkSport. Is there one last glimmer of a chance for Scotland? Fed long by McKenna. That's a great ball cross field. Ralston brings it down. 3 in the area. Here's the cross. Christie headed away. Drops down to Kenny McLean. Edge of the D. Scoops it left. Robertson goes up for it. Headed only half away by Reeder. Nodded down by Robertson. Scotland have still got possession. Robertson is out on the left. Robertson crosses. Headed away by Fabian Scher. Reeder can't bring it down. He was slow. Here is Christie on the corner of the penalty area. This time Sierra comes across. Sierra sweeps it away. But Scotland get what could be an absolutely crucial point in their fight to reach the knockout stages of a major tournament for the very first time. It was must not lose, and Scotland didn't lose. They didn't just grind out a draw. They might feel they deserve to win it, but whatever happens, it takes the Scotland fight to the final day. No sleep till Stuttgart on Sunday for the Scotland fans. They will face Hungary, where their fate ultimately, in the context of the group and in the context of potential progression, will be decided. But after the dismal opening night in Munich against Germany, this was quite an impressive, quite the reaction from Scotland. Very impressive throughout. McTominay gave them a dream start 13 minutes in, deflected effort beyond the goalkeeper, and that was a Tartan Army roar that the Scotland fans will forever remember. But Xherdan Shaqiri quickly equalised with a fine strike after a miscue by Anthony Ralston. There were chances at both ends. The best for Scotland.
Yeah, who doesn't? Cheese is awesome.
Second half header hit the post. And it ends all square on a dramatic night in Cologne. Scotland won, Switzerland won.
Yes, now we're talking.
Little punch into the air from
I love
Steve
pizza,
Clarke.
dude.
Small
Like,
smile
it's one
as
of the
well. He's
very
not gonna get
few
carried away
things in
with
life
this, but it's
that
exactly
I
what
have
he was
left
after.
that
The
gets
4
me
points was the
excited.
target he told us
Pizza
that
is
before
awesome.
the
So where do you
tournament.
get
They've
pizza
got the
at, and what
one.
kind of pizza
They
do you
need to
get?
take all 3 against Hungary at the weekend, and that will give them a fantastic chance of reaching the knockout stages at a major tournament for the first time. And now here inside the stadium in Cologne, as Scotland's players haven't shook hands with all of the Switzerland players, go to the end, and all the Tartan Army have stayed in their seats to show their appreciation for their team that have worked so hard.
Yeah,
here
that
this
sounds
evening, and
awesome,
could have
dude.
easily taken all 3 points on another day. They push in the closing stages. Grant Hanley hit a post. This is a performance that Scotland can be incredibly proud of.
My
and
town
can
is small,
certainly
and we
build
have
on,
so
because
many pizza
if they play
places for
this
how
way at
big
the
we are.
weekend,
It's
they
absurd.
will beat Hungary. There was more than enough in that game to take home and to build on, as I say, as Andrew Robertson, all the Scotland players now show their appreciation. It's reciprocated from all the Scotland fans.
So
who have
how do
made
they
the
cook their
journey here
pizza?
today.
Do they
It
use
is
one of
a magic
those
moment. They all wanted
stone ovens?
all 3 points. The players did, the fans did, of course, but they know how much that solitary point could mean when we get to the end of Group A. After 2 matches each, Germany through to the last 16. They've taken maximum 6 points. Switzerland on 4 points now. They're all but absolutely confirmed into the knockout stages for a 6th consecutive major tournament. Maybe underlining what Scotland were up against here tonight. They're on 1 point, Scotland, Hungary on 0. And as Joe mentioned, Scotland facing Hungary in that final group game live on TalkSport on Sunday evening. Job done, yep, just about. They've taken it to the final day. It's a huge point, and in fact, it's a far stronger performance. Chris Iwelumo, pride restored after that humbling by Germany.
Yeah, definitely. I think excellent from the first whistle.
Yeah, no, that's fine, Dank Bomb. Don't worry about that. It's okay.
And the formation on the front.
I'll just tell you right now, Dank Bomb. Where I live, like the place that I live in, it's about 14,000, and we probably have 11 places where you can get pizza, and we have one place that serves like Naples style Northern Italian pizza, and they cook it in a stone oven.
He had to be there, and he was. It's big moments. And that's what
Oh, hey, you, what's up? That's awesome. Pittsburgh slang's based on Scottish. That's funny.
I've got to say, everyone as a collective were outstanding tonight. Subs coming off the bench, they kept that pressure on. You were calling it. My shoulder's sore because you're tapping me sitting saying, well, where's the subs? Where's the subs? I'm just thinking, calm, patient. But they came on. It was positive influence from them all. And like I say, there was only going to be one winner. Another 5-10 minutes
good.
of that game, I think
it's really good, but it's expensive.
Absolutely.
Like one of their pizzas, it's like I don't know, it's like a 16-inch, and it's like $20. I could get two 18 inches at Domino's for like 25.
On Sunday, that is for sure. What impressed you most, though? And I know, listen, every player out there deserves credit for what they've done here today, Scotland. But in terms of Scotland's team, who impressed you most on the night?
I've got to say Billy Gilmour.
Yeah.
I think he wants the ball all the time. He brings a calm. If you're a defender under pressure, no matter how good the press is, and I'm always there saying, give me the ball. I'm an outlet. Bounce it. Worst case scenario, I'm just going to give you it back first time. There's a calmness. And then from that, you built. Callum McGregor was getting on the ball. He was finding that relationship was very evident. They were growing up the pitch, playing through the thirds. Andy Robertson had his energy on that front foot, driving,
that's insane.
Forcing the issue, making things happen.
That's
exactly
insane. That's good though. Like that's good.
Puts the opposition on the back foot,
I just don't have the cash, so again, the deals that they do at Domino's are still just a steal.
I think it again points towards Billy Gilmour, his inclusion. He came into the team this evening, 1 or 2 changes. Went off, limped off, looked like a calf, possibly an ankle injury. Certainly was uncomfortable. He was calling for the substitution, but as he walked around, smile on his face, applauded.